ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to about 3:45 p.m. right here on the Ray Power 95.1 FM. How's your day been going so far? I hope you're having a beautiful, pleasant Monday. Going well just for you. Well, this is the Ultimate in Star Radio, and of course, you're now on to another edition of the One Love Family Hour. And you know what we do every time from 3:30 down to 4:30 on this particular program. We talk about the Divine Light Mission, we talk about Satguru Maharaj Ji, and some of the things and most of the things he has been up to, especially in all of his ashrams around the country, and also what the latest message he has for the entirety of the world as well. Well, you know, we don't do this alone. We always have the presence of his ashram premise in his own absence, especially in times like this where he's not even in the city. And well, today with me, ashram premi or service premi, I beg your pardon, I stand to be corrected again. Well, service premi, Nsidibe Iwatt. It's been a long time that we had him on the show, and well, thanks to Maharaj Ji, he's here today with us. Well, I am your host. You call me Abbaswabe, you know, and I will have with me in the studio Service Premi Nsidibe Iwatt. How's it been for you so far? How have you been?
Thanks, Maharaj Ji, for the grace, for the journey messages. Like you already said, in a long while I've been on the program. Thank Maharaj for giving me the grace to drive down to Ibadan this afternoon to attend this program. It's really amazing. You know, they say one with God is majority. And since Maharaj Ji found me, my life has always been full of joy and harmony. It's really amazing to be a devotee of Satguru Maharaj Ji, because he has a lot of grace, takes you beyond human imagination. Thanks for having me. Good afternoon to all the listeners out there.
A pleasant welcome one right there from you. Alright, well, you've been with Satguru Maharaj Ji, I believe, I suppose, for a few weeks now. And can you tell us what he has been up to lately, where he is currently?
Yeah, Maharaj is still on Maharaj's mission, that is the unification of mankind, most importantly the freedom of black man becoming aware of his glories and why he's on earth, and most importantly black man know himself to be the crown of creation, that we the blacks, we are the true honor of creation, we are the most perfect image of God, and a lot of things black man didn't know about himself that Maharaj has come to reveal, to upgrade man's intelligence into living that righteous life that man was meant for. So Maharaj is still on Maharaj's cause. Every day the gospel is spreading that we don't need to die to go to heaven, that there's no God elsewhere, rather in the sky, in the moon, anywhere, rather on earth planet, and it always comes as the Satguru Maharaj Ji. Each time it comes, the perfect master, to integrate man and to give man the grace to know more about the creation. So Maharaj is still doing Maharaj's job that Maharaj came on the planet to do, most importantly revealing knowledge for man to know the God within man, that in the absence of knowledge, man will be like an aircraft flying without a radar or a compass, or a vehicle driving at night without a headlamp. Because when one was born into the earth planet, sometimes we wonder about the things that happen to us. You know, just like the animals in the bush, the bird knows when to make his nest, when to put the bed, and where to get his food. But as for mankind, it becomes so terribly difficult for man to even feed himself, to even have a 3-square meal. Now the question is why? Why is man, if man is truly the most perfect image of God, that we are the God representative on earth planet, why are we going through stress, accident, untimely death, all kind of negative things happening to man? And they say man know that they are God, but today we are not living that godly life. And the question is why? Why is man cut short of the glory? Why is man not having everything as expected? Because the problem that we don't have knowledge. And what is divine knowledge? Divine knowledge is knowing the God inside you. That the God inside you is the gift. That when one is integrated, is meshed, is connected, is linked with that God within man, that radar, that compass, then you have everything. God is through you, your fruit will come, through you, your house will come, through you, your clothes will come, through you, everything you want to become will be, because now the connection has been made. So you also have that, you have been connected to that server of creation within you, where you have all the information you need to know. Because on a planet, there's so many things that makes man today, man cannot find his left from his right. Why? Because we don't know our purpose on earth, and the purpose on earth and the goal. Now, that knowledge will make us to know the purpose, your purpose on earth planet, and your goal, where you to go, where you are to go, where you're going to get all your desires from. And today, because of lack of knowledge, today people are becoming slaves. We're now living in a world of slave and masters, like what the Igbo brothers have been using us to do. They're the one doing everything. They're the one for everything. You know, sometimes if you wear a shirt, they will look at you, this one is a bandmate. Nobody wants to buy it. No black man wants to buy it. Nigeria to be precise. Oh, this is a bandmate. I don't want to wear it. But we talk about Calvin Klein, Mustang, Lee, doors and governors. People want to rush. Oh, this is designers, because it's made by Igbos. Now the question is, why is the Igbo man thing is more desired by black men? Because we don't even know beyond the physical that for everything that we do, for everything that we create, there are vibrations. When we give glories to all these things, we are not supporting them spiritually. We are not giving them energy to do more, and why we go down. Yeah, because it's like you are a child. When your child do well, and you support and you praise that child tends to do more. Do well. Oh, my daddy who loves me wants to do more. But when you are criticizing, when you are castigating, when you don't appreciate the effort of your child, you are definitely killing the morale of that child. We are not giving the group, they are killing it. And all these things we didn't know, because why? We didn't know what the world is made of. That the world is made up of three types of dimensions: the psychological dimensions, the metaphysical dimensions, and the cosmic dimensions. That is the spiritual aspect of life. Because it is not what we do in the physical plane that matters. It is what we do in the spirit that matters. Physically, someone can tell you, oh, darling, but spiritually, your downfall is the hand of that person. That is the person that is perpetrating all the downfalls. How will you know? How will you know beyond the eye? Because we have the eyes, we cannot see. We need the inner eye. That inner eye to see human being in his truest form. And that was not there until Maharaj Ji came to reveal, to open our eye, the third eye for us to see. Oh, so the more we look at Uyibos, we are killing ourselves spiritually. Nothing works. We're not promoting ourselves. And that is why, economically and otherwise, we are left out. So Maharaj Ji is here, there, everywhere, doing Maharaj Ji to enlighten man about the spiritual aspect of life, where man will be able to regain and regain all his lost glories.
Oh, well, you have really said a lot of things that I can pick out from some of your points. Now you're saying that before now, or before Maharaj Ji came, the world has just been a place where people do whatever they like, not being conscious of what's going on spiritually to them. And that nobody can be trusted, as whoever is saying I love you with words and physical commitment can indeed, in fact, be a huge barrier in the spirit to one another. Now, how has Maharaj Ji been able to expose this particular fact, and how have you been able to progress as a result?
Before Maharaj Ji came, there were so many unanswered questions. So many unanswered questions, in the sense that this problem has come a long way. It has been for ages. Problem of man's liberation, problem of man emancipation from things that you don't know why is happening. And Tuesday Rampa said in his book, Chapters of Life, that a time will come where man will be able to know his left from his right. Man will be able to free himself from all form of penuries. Man will be able to free himself from all kind of traumas resulting from man ignorance. And that will only come when the Satguru Maharaj Ji will manifest from the most populated state of Black Africa. And it will come as the Satguru Maharaj Ji to reveal to man, to teach man as the supreme teacher. Because we talk about Satguru Maharaj Ji.
When did you say you wrote this?
Yeah, Tuesday Rampa. Lobsang Rampa, his full name is Tuesday Lobsang Rampa. He is a British man, but he was in Tibet. He was, when he became a monk in Tibet, and he changed his name from this original English name to that of a monastery where he had Lobsang Rampa as a, so he himself made it known that a time will come where man will be free from all this kind of ignorance, that because it is ignorance that is putting us in all the problems we find ourselves: untimely death, poverty, promiscuity, and all kind of things. Think that now black man is even more, human beings are even more doing what divinity is against. We are not taking pride in promiscuity, we're taking pride in doing evil than doing good. Yeah, so that's why Losrampa made it clear that a time will come when the Satguru Maharaj Ji will come to teach man, to reveal to man the secret of life. That it is written in the book called The Chapters of Life. It was written by Lobsang Rampa. Now, sometimes some people wonder, they say, oh, Satguru Maharaj Ji, is it an English name? Is it an Indian name? No. Is it from India? Whatever. No. Satguru Maharaj is not an Indian, neither the name is an Indian. The fact is that in the beginning of creation, there was the creation himself has come a long way. Some anthroposophists, some astronomists, some philosophers, some astrologers believed that the planet Earth has come more than 5 million years. And if it is true, let's take that into consideration. The planet Earth has existed for more than 500 years. Now, so you see that there have been a lot of evolutions, a lot of evolutions. Man has evolved from one place to another. We have so many generations that has come and gone. The Atlantic civilizations, and so many. Now the question is, if it is true that the planet Earth has come beyond, has been existing for more than 500 million years, there have been so many changes. And the question is, the first language that was spoken by man was what? The first language that was spoken by man was known as Sanskrit, the mother tongue of creation. It is in there that you have the word Satguru Maharaj Ji. Sat, S-A-T, means the grand, the supreme, right? Guru means teacher or a nerd. Then Maharaj Ji means the Holy Spirit in Sanskrit language. Now when you put them together, Satguru Maharaj Ji means the supreme teacher of the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is divinity itself. Now it is only when the Satguru, the greatest teacher of all times, the Satguru Maharaj Ji comes, will he be able to teach man the way of righteousness, the way of the Holy Spirit, so that man will be able to reclaim and retrieve his lost glory.
But, sorry.
Yeah.
Now, you're saying that Satguru Maharaj Ji, being the greatest teacher, is the only one who can teach the way of righteousness. But what then happens to, where the spiritual leaders, what happens to their role in playing a vital function in human and humanity? Talk about spiritual consciousness, talk about spiritual revitalization in humans, talk about even personal spiritual leading that we get as humans. So if Satguru Maharaj Ji did not come, are you saying that people would actually not have the Holy Spirit, or they wouldn't follow the leading of the Spirit?
No, I'm not. That's not what I'm saying. Let me expatiate it.
We are one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. Nobody can divide us. Oh yes. People trying to love the brother. I was trying to love the brother.
Okay, let's go.
Yoruba trying to love the brother. We are one Nigeria. We are one Nigeria. We
we do apologize for that breaking transmission. You know, these things are sometimes inevitable in a situation that we find ourselves in presently in the country. But then we're back and better, of course. This is still the One Love Family Hour. This is the Ultimate Instar Radio Repo on 5.1 FM, and yes, we are still on to the program brought to you by the Divine Light Mission of Satguru Maharaj Ji, and we have in the studio the service Premi from the Ashram, all the way from Lagos. In fact, he had to travel down to make this program, so it would be a really bad one if we had not come back on here. But then, thanks to Maharaj Ji again. Well, now we were having a discussion about how Satguru Maharaj Ji is the root of all spiritual consciousness, according to what he said, and how that without Satguru Maharaj Ji's presence on earth, a lot of people might not wake up to their spiritual consciousness. They might not even know that sometimes the person closest to them is the root of all their problems in life. And yeah, well, maybe that is true, but then my question goes that, okay, if Satguru Maharaj Ji weren't to be on earth, are you saying that there will be no spiritual awakeness, or there will be no spiritual consciousness in the world? How about the spiritual leaders that we have currently in the world? How about prophets and pastors and imams and clerics? How about those ones always trying to lead the way? So are you saying even personally individual people who are spiritually conscious of themselves, they commune with the spirit, with their spirit? But how then did Satguru Maharaj Ji come in and take credit for all of this?
Thanks, Mr. Ola, for the question. In spiritual consciousness, we have degrees of spiritual consciousness based on the origin of your sect. Before Maharaj Ji came, of course, spirituality were already discussed. We have so many esoteric institutions, we have religious sects, but to me they were preliminary. They were giving preliminary consciousness, preliminary teachings of spiritual consciousness. So they did their job, they were good, fine, but to an extent, because rite and rituals would not reach the goal without the grace of Satguru Maharaj Ji. Before Maharaj Ji came, now if you not go into mystic studies, mysticism, taking it as maybe let's take a look into astrology. In astrology, before Maharaj Ji came, the astrologers only talked about man relationship into just 4 elements, where you have the air, the mother earth, water, and fire. Yeah. Now they were able to talk about 4 elements. Yeah. And from the zodiac point of view, that in 12 calendar months where human beings are born, from Aries to Pisces, it was divided by 4. Which the total element are 9. Sorry, the total element are 9, but they were able to talk about 4. Man relationship to just 4 elements. They grouped, for instance, they say I'm a Scorpio. The Scorpio, the Cancer, and the Pisces share certain degrees of connectivity from the water sign. And they talked about just 4 we have more than 4 elements. It was just all preliminaries. It was just 4 preliminaries. Until Maharaj Ji came, did we come to know about the 7 elements, and that the 7th element is just there, but we didn't know until Maharaj Ji came. So they were all preliminary teachings. And like Sri Aurobindo, an Indian mystic, wrote in his books, the supramental manifestation of the Holy Spirit. And even Hare Krishna in Bhagavad Gita told Arjuna, when Arjuna asked him about the Kali Yuga age, when it will come to an end, Hare Krishna made it known to Arjuna, his favorite devotee, that will come when the Satguru comes. Because there's just like in a family, we have different type of problems. And if you want to build a mud house, do you understand, a thatch house, you don't need so much technicians or engineers to work it out. If you want to build a story building, it's different from you making a skyscraper, building a skyscraper. So if you want to build a skyscraper, you need higher technocrats. So the problem of the world, the religious sects did their own, a preliminary stage. They made us to understand that definitely the world exists and the creation is controlled by element, by energy, but this is supreme. Now for the supreme teaching that will give man the privilege to be conscious of his purpose on earth and the goal, that centers in the knowledge of the soul. In mysticism, knowledge of the soul is the highest form of mystical studies that can only be done by Satguru Maharaj Ji. That will give you the power of knowing about your incarnations and where you've been reincarnating. Where since I was born, because where have I been? Who I was in my previous body, because if without the knowledge of the soul revealed by Satguru Maharaj Ji, that's why I said it is all Satguru that comes to teach the supreme knowledge that will expose, to make man to know more about his incarnation and his karmic responsibilities. Now, through the knowledge of Satguru Maharaj Ji alone can one know where and where he has reincarnated, where and where he has lived, and what did he do, who he was in different bodies and different places he has lived. Maybe before this lifetime, where were you? Were you in America? Were you in China? Were you in Brazil? Who were you? And even what you did can be known. Who you were in previous bodies, your achievements, your families, your children you born, who was your wife, you can know them with the knowledge of Satguru. That is why they say knowledge of the soul can only be taught by Satguru Maharaj Ji. Now, for instance, there was this woman in Port Harcourt. The husband is a director in Shell. She herself is a director in Shell. You can say that these women, these guys, this family, money is not their problem. But this woman, with all the billions she has, something was missing in her life. And what was that? The fruit of the womb. No child. She has spent her millions, traveled here and there in search of the fruit of the womb, but it wasn't easy for her to have. She has been there, went to her, she has traveled far and wide, to India, to China, to where we can talk about all the spiritual homes of the world. She has been there trying to seek, solace and how to get her heart desire fulfilled. She couldn't have it until she was introduced to the living Satguru Maharaj Ji over time. Now, when she came to Maharaj Ji in Ibadan here, I said, Mama, you will have a child, but you need knowledge of Satguru Maharaj Ji. You need the knowledge of Satguru Maharaj Ji to know the reasons behind this problem you are facing. Because she has been to so many Babalawos, so many prophets, so many seers, they cannot be able to fathom the reason behind what she's going through. Now, it was the knowledge room when she received knowledge through meditation. She wanted to realize, she started crying in the knowledge room. The Maharaj asked her, Mama, why are you crying? She cries. Then she has this to say, that she was taken to, in her previous life, she was married to a king who was extremely rich. She was a queen, she was extremely rich, but she broke a cosmic law. What happened? A hen managed to gain access to her estate, and when the hen managed to gain access to her estate, the hen lay eggs. And we know that by cosmic laws, that when a hen lays egg, you don't pursue that hen, you don't go fight it, you allow it to hatch the eggs with the chickens and walk away. We know that in African culture, we will not talk. We know these cosmic principles. But because
what if that is a myth? And actually, because a lot of myths, there is a lot of superstitions in the Yoruba culture.
Yeah.
You hear people saying the alligator pepper must not drop to the ground, and if it does, there will be confusion and fight in that vicinity. And probably maybe if you've asked our forefathers, they'll tell you, oh, they came up with that story so that people can, be much more conscious when they are using alligator pepper, because it's a very tiny thing, and once it falls, it will be hard to, to see or pick again on the sand.
No, I disagree. Why? You see, if you want to know about the principles of creation, it is centered in African culture. Our ancestors, they knew everything. Just the same alligator we are talking about. That same alligator, if you give it to Igbo man, he will say this is spices, right? But that same alligator, if you give it to Oluo, he will use to make thunder strike. He can still use that alligator to stop there. Can use that same alligator to do so many wonders. So it wasn't a myth. Myth and superstitious beliefs are all made from Oyibos who came to confuse us. It is not a rite and rituals, what to say. It's a cosmic principle. Those are the laws that these things have some energy that if you tap into it, they can reveal a lot to you. So there's something myth and superstitious belief are all Oyibo's way. Because it's like this: when Oyibo were not able to digest, to figure out the mystery of creation, how the creation works, they started giving it so many names. For instance, like they told us that it is the sun that hit the ocean base and the water rises to get to ozone layer to fall back as rainfall, which is they gave us so many compounded philosophies that could not tally with the cosmic principles, and that's why we failed. No, if you want to know how the creation works, stick into our culture, then you will know. Look, in the ancient days, in a still bed, the mothers, they know what they leave to give to the pregnant woman to eat and the bed, and without going through CS. Today, there is CS, so many things. So all these are Oyibo philosophies, Oyibo concepts, because they were not given the grace to know about the secrecy of creation. It is only a black man who knows how the rain falls and only how the sun shines, because a black man has the power to do and undo. They didn't know. Why? Who is Oyibos? Oyibo are the studio black men. During the Atlantis of creation, during the Atlantic civilization, Oyibos were once a black man. But these were the people who sinned against the cosmic laws, the divinity, the divine laws. They were punished straight into the oceans. They straight into the ocean for thousands of years, and they were forgiven. They came back and they lost the melanin, the black skin, the black man. They lost the melanin. That is how they came out with white bodies and started creating so many philosophies that, and now the question is, if a black man is the supreme being in creation, why can't we produce our radio? Why are we not producing our television? Why are we not building skyscrapers? Of course, our grandfather did beyond that. They did that. If they did not come, the advent of religion, the advent of a black man in Africa in 1886 was the downfall of the black man. Because today they tell us, don't go to your culture, don't go to your tradition. A black man didn't die in auto crash before. They now said all of our culture is fetish, is witchcraft. So our generation started refraining from embracing this rich culture. And today that man has come to tell us that, hey, back to your roots. You are suffering today because you left your ancestral powers. You didn't know anything about our culture. So as I was saying, this woman, through meditation, she realized that this was what she did. And she now came down, she asked the security guard to throw the hen away out of her compound and pack the eggs, throw it out. So this place that is a dirty thing. He doesn't want to do that, which is a taboo that she committed. Then the hen turned and looked at her and said, Shebi, you are a woman like myself. You don't allow me to have my child. You will not have your own child. So the curse the hen laid on her now manifested in this festive incarnation, this present one, that all what she did, no Babalawo can change that, because that was, she broke the cosmic law. Now how will she have known if not for knowledge of Satguru Maharaj Ji? Then when she knew it, we come to know, they started crying. The man now to Satguru Maharaj Ji, well, that hen that caused you last incarnation as reincarnated, as taking a body as a human being. That same is the woman living in so place in Delta State. It's not so market. Go and do this, go and do that, go and do that. Let her live the course, because the course was supposed to meant to live for 777 years. 777. You see, sometime today, that's why I said it is only the supreme teacher, the Satguru Maharaj Ji, that will come to reveal to us what is going on in our lives. For instance, when your car is bad, you need an auto engineer to come and fix it for you. When your electronics is bad, you need electronic technician or engineer to fix it. But when the soul of a man has problem, you need the soul doctor. And the soul doctor is the Satguru Maharaj Ji. If you have a physical bruise or cut, you can go to hospital, get a surgeon or a physician, they stitch it for you, give you an analgesic or any antibiotic to heal the wound. But because man is a dual entity, man lives a dual life, the life of the physical body and the life of the spirit. And we all know that it is the spirit that controls the physical. The spirit is the dynamo of the body. When this thing goes wrong in the spirit, it takes the body. If one is not dead in the spiritual world, can never die in the physical world, no matter what. If one is not poor in the spiritual world, cannot poor in the physical world. If you make progress in the spiritual world, the physical world will become harmonious. So that is why Satguru Maharaj is different. That's why Satguru is the supreme teacher of the knowledge of the Holy Spirit. Others were just like preliminary. They were preparing our heart to meet it, giving us an introductory kind of message that would make us to understand about the mystery of life. For instance, when the secondary primary school, 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That is a basic arithmetics. But when you get into higher school institution, you're going to talk further math, and whatever. But you need this basic knowledge. The basic knowledge was where we had in religious and other spiritual houses, until the Satguru Maharaj Ji came to reveal the knowledge of the soul that will make you to know, this what I am going through. Because rite and rituals, if rite and rituals were able to solve man's problem, Satguru Maharaj wouldn't have come. Then with all the religious houses and spread houses we had in Nigeria, we cannot make a diary pen, we cannot make TV, we cannot make radio, and none of them talked about. And for me for one, I was asking myself, what is the secret? How is invention, science and technology came into existence? Why is black man not able to make a biro pen? It was even Obasanjo that stopped the importation of toothpick from China, and even bottled water. So you mean that we don't have trees here, where we don't have the knowledge? We all have all natural minerals, natural resources, but how to make use of it, we cannot make use of it until we have to invite the Yibos to come and do it for us. So this is why the question I was asking myself: how did, with all our professors, with all our PhD holders, with all our students and everything, educationists, we cannot even make a phone. We cannot invent one thing.
But I asked them to correct you. That a lot of Nigerians that are really talented, should we put it this way, that Nigerians are technical, but there is no investment on their skills. Because apparently, you're saying now that there's no Nigerian who makes a telephone, there's no Nigerian who makes a radio, but a lot of times that we have seen on social media that people are defying the odds. Nigerians are defying the odds, but apparently they don't get the kind of necessary resources or investment. They don't even get the recognition. The other day you said yourself that someone in the ashram built a prototype of an helicopter.
Yes.
Then why hasn't he started an industry today to teach other people how to? Even the British or the Europeans just didn't know how to do it. They were taught, and they took serious investment into it, and they built an empire out of it. It is an intentional effort. But are we looking at these areas? Is our government giving cognizance to these skills that are technical?
Now let me answer that question. You see, in the world of technology, we have manufacturing engineers, and we have maintenance engineers. Right? Nigerians are good in maintenance. Whatsoever he did, we have a kind of a revealed knowledge. An aircraft aeroplane was invented by the Wright brothers, 2 Americans. After 50 years of operation, being in operation, then came a Russian engineer named Igor Zygotsky, who was able to do something. He said that he doesn't like that he want an aircraft who can have a vertical takeoff and a vertical landing. It was Igor Zygotsky that invented helicopter. Now, to do something out of the box, because if I myself now should fix an aeroplane, then I will still be giving credit. Airplane was I'm not the inventor of aeroplane, right? Now we're talking about something, a different history. Maybe for instance now, if I should make an aeroplane that doesn't take Jet 1 to fly, an aeroplane that flies just with ordinary water, you know what I mean? I'm talking about a new technology, because we are copying. We specializes in how do I call it, in doing what has already been done, but I need a new history entirely. And like today now, Nigerians are making up. Why? Because the presence of the Satguru Maharaj Ji, anywhere the Satguru Maharaj Ji manifests, the entire land to have a new origin. Because now today, premiers are meditating. Premiers people, we are going into spiritual war to clear the way for our soul. Look, there was this woman from Delta State, from Bayelsa. She's 63. Then, through meditation, she found herself in a school of aeronautic in the spirit. When she got to the gate of the school, it was a white man that was there. The white man told her, "Hey, what are you doing here? This place is not meant for the blacks. There's no black man inside this school. No black man can come inside this school. Will you get back now?" She left. She turned back. She found herself on a meditation seat. Now she told Maharaj about him. I said, "What? No. The school is free now. The gate is open now for both blacks and white. It's no more black, white alone. Can you go back again?" She went in for meditation. Then when she went back, as soon as the woman saw her, the woman ran away. She was able to attend the school. It was in the school she was taught how to overhaul an aircraft in the Jonah language. So you see that now that the blacks, Nigerians, are becoming intelligent, are becoming aware of this other aspect of science and technology. Why? Because today the black man is the Satguru, and black man is opening doors for our soul to go higher. Because before, when our souls, unknowingly or unconsciously, this guy, they were not occupying the spiritual hemisphere, the spiritual hierarchies, will not allow our soul to attend the school. We didn't know about it until Satguru Maharaj Ji came to clear the way for anybody. Now, Satguru Maharaj Ji is in Nigeria now. Be it in Premi or no Premi, you'll be hearing inventions. Nigerians, black man, breaking through in science and technology. Why? Because today, a black man, a man on the melanin skin is now the head, and he has opened doors for blacks to go into the spiritual school to learn. So these were the mysteries that wouldn't have been made possible until Satguru Maharaj Ji came. Because until Maharaj Ji came, no one ever talk about the secret of science and technology. Nobody talk about how man can live forever on earth planet, immortality. Because we were meant to believe that when you die 70, 3 scores and 10, God gives and God takes.
What proof do you have?
Yeah.
That people can live for eternity?
Yeah.
And if people can live for eternity, why then do they die first?
Now let me explain that. Even in this Ibadan here, before the advent of the white men in Black Africa, our ancestors used to live 300, 400 years old. Even in this Ibadan.
Because the way they counted the then calendar is different from now.
No. There's nothing. It's true. They used to live even in this Ibadan from between 80 and 90, between 80s, even before the independence, and even to about 30 years ago, you hardly see obituary of 100 years in Ibadan. It was 100, 150. My grandfather lived 175 years. Now, they didn't eat what we are eating. So there's so many things that elongate spiritual life. What elongates our life is our consciousness of the mechanics, the propagation of our soul, what we do in the spirit, where our soul goes. Sometimes you may not even know that your soul is that your soul is caged. That's why there's no progress. That's why there's no prosperity. That's why, because for every problem that man is facing, there's a reason, there's a spiritual undertone that reveals that is the reason for all man's problem. Because then our ancestors, they were so highly spiritual. They know what and what to, they kept to the laws. Look at today, like in the ancient days, what we the kind of food we eat, the kind of our attitude today. Look at today, people are walking naked, people are doing things that are not supposed to be done. Why? And you see, those our ancestors, they adhered wholly to the teaching of, to the discipline or the doctrines of divinity. And now we lost it out. Now today, you can see that even if you open internet, you will see when a man is put into bed. Was it done before in the ancient days? No, it's a taboo. Man, today there's lesbianism. Today there's homosexuals, gay marriage and whatever. How can a man marry a man? How can a man? Is that the divine principles? No. So taboo as on taboo. And remember, the scripture said that sin, the ultimate wages of sin is death, and sin cut us short of the glory of God. So now Maharaj Ji has come to rekindle, to reactivate, to upgrade our consciousness back into the ancient wisdom where our grandfather had. That is why, not even that, sometimes because of the who man is, man has the ability. Maybe if you grow up to like 400, 500 years, then you are tired, you say, man, I don't want to know, man, you can just change to anything, turn to bed, live in the next 400 years as bed, to depend on your devotion, then change to anything and come back again to it. Yeah. You can even decide where and where you are to born. Remember, like in the ancient days, before our ancestors died, they will call that is going to, Papa is going to, Papa will come back again. We look at one of his children or his in-law, say, next child they're going to born, that will be daddy coming. That's why you have names like Babatunde, Yabode, and all those stuff. And if you go and check, they are the same people, because it is only the body alone that dies. The soul reincarnates. The soul is an immortal entity. But in the higher spiritual consciousness, this body can also can do a lot of things. And why? Because we are losing energy every day by things we do, even up to the food we eat. Because when Oyibo man came and and dislodged us from this ancient wisdom, from this ancient knowledge of immortality. Because why? They lost it. And today the Satguru Maharaj is back. Because now the question is, Satguru Maharaj Ji, after the Oyibos were forgiven to come out from the water, now he went back there to give them knowledge, to teach them, to forgive them, to give them knowledge for them to live, to reconcile them with the sun. And Maharaj has to come back again to Africa, the mother, the citadel of creation, to amplify our consciousness and unify and integrate our consciousness into one direction, for us to be conscious of who and what is happening in our lives. Like today, we didn't know that man doesn't need anybody to succeed in life. Man doesn't need anybody. The only thing you need is that Holy Spirit inside you. But how do you know? How do you connect? How do you communicate? Like the bird. The bird knows where to go and look for food. Just for instance, let's take one analysis. If you like, go and build a house and stay there to slaughter goats. A vulture knows where a vulture. You see, if you come outside, if you see vulture on your roof, who tells the vulture? How did he know? This is what if a vulture can know where goat or a cow is slaughtered, even though you go and hide yourself inside the room, cover everywhere, they will know. Before you come outside, you say vulture on your roof. What about human being? The most supreme, the most closest, the most perfect image of creation, of creator. So, but we lost the key. The animals, the bird doesn't lose the key. They still maintain it. We lost the key. Or a bird will not. Bird don't do homosexuality. They don't practice it, but we do. So you see that because we lost the crown, Maharaj Ji has come back to restore that crown for us to become the most perfect image of God. And we cannot see ourselves performing these duties until one is in knowledge. So that's just it.
Oh well, you've been able to share so many things that still remain mysterious to me. But that's why we have you on the show, to always reveal things that are known to you. And probably that's been, how would I put it now, that's been established by the divine knowledge.
Yeah.
But beyond that, with all, reasonable doubt, with all reasonable doubt, I still tell you that it is given for all men to die once. Once they die, that's it. What happens to the spirit? It goes back to where it came from. Where did the spirit come from in the first place? Can you answer that?
Yeah, I do. I can.
Where did the spirit come from?
And I disagree with you because man was not given to die. The scripture said the ultimate wish of sin is there. If man is sin-free in God. 2, does God die? No. Are we not the perfect image of God? Then why are we dying? Yeah, because we committed sin. When one doesn't commit sin, one is debt free. Now, why we are dying is not because it's like this. When somebody doesn't know the secret behind everything, they do so many philosophies.
Do you know why I'll tell you that you're wrong by saying that only those who commit sins are liable to death? Because when God was going to bless humans, He did by the first spirits that we had on earth.
Okay.
The first human beings.
Right.
And when He was going to curse humans, He did by the same people. And now you can tell me that Jesus Christ, even though carrying all the sins of the world upon Himself, committed sin. He didn't. But still He died, though He resurrected. The likes of John the Baptist died. The likes of Peter, the likes of Paul. Why are they not still alive?
Now, if
and they all died, and they were not sinners, at least not until their death.
Now, if it is true that if we should take Jesus,
Muhammad died.
If we should take Jesus into consideration, that even though He died, He resurrected and still walk on the planet Earth, then it means that immortality is possible.
Well,
right now,
because He is not of this world. He only came on a mission.
And 2. When the Creator created Adam and Eve, He didn't create them to die. He gave them laws that will make them enjoy all the glories that were given. But because they broke the laws, and so many things started befalling them, and that is still what we're talking about. That if one can re-anchor himself in that supreme intelligence, in that supreme frequency of pure consciousness, immortality is very, very possible. That is a stupid mistake. Why? Because there's many things we are doing now. If you are now looking at Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, says that man was created to eat fruit, but today we are eating fish and meat. A cow has a boyfriend and a girlfriend. They procreate. They have the same feelings that you and I has. Then, because we are doing so many stupid things today, that's why death is very close to our doorstep. But if we can refrain, because the Creator never created man to die. It was because man fell, man broke the laws. And just for instance, if you have a car today, and the manufacturer will tell you this is placement for you to put fuel, to put petrol, this is engine oil, this is brake oil, this is engine oil, this is for steering, the power steering oil. And you go and put petrol in where you have diesel, where you have engine oil for the engine, what will happen? The whole engine will malfunction, will damage. That is what we are doing today. We are not sticking to instructions that we give. We're not sticking to that. One is back here again. He said, no. We have to go back to the ancient instruction if we want to avert all this stuff. Then, and you will not know until when you are in knowledge. Because when you are in knowledge today, and a goat will tell you, hey, the goat you want to kill, you don't even know if that is your great grandfather who didn't have the grace to come back as a human being. Because most of the animals we see today are human beings who lost their crown, who couldn't reincarnate again. So you see that it is only in knowledge that one will get to know. For instance, when you are in primary school, you're going to think your reasonings, your consciousness will be based on your frequency, on this level of your level. But when you go higher, you see that the more the higher you go, the cooler it becomes. So knowledge of life is so vast. For instance, look at the entire creation with all the mysteries. So how long will it take one to cover the syllabus of creation? And it is only when the Satguru Maharaj Ji comes. Why? Now, we're talking about people are dying, people that people that commit sin and people that don't commit sin. For instance, maybe we are judging from the same. Somebody can say today, oh, this child just born and they just born a day-old child, a 3-year-old child, and they got accident with the parent and died. We started crying and started pity. It is 3 years old of the body. Do you know what the soul did in previous lives? That is where they say man perished because of lack of knowledge. We are only seeing a 3-year-old child, but we don't know that. It is Professor Emeritus, Professor Mamodu Obaga, in his research, made it known to that even a 3-year-old child can kill somebody. A 3-year-old child can kill. A 3-year-old child. In this Ibadan, 2006 or about, there's a family at Bodija there who lost 4 kids. They went to go and find out what was happening that day, or even the mother at that time, the father was sick. 4 children, as four member family is gone. They went to find out that the 9-year-old boy in the house is the one finishing all the brothers. When they went, yeah. So the diviner said to stop this menace, they have to go and tie the boy, tie the leg, go and dump it inside the river. If they kill the boy, if the boy is dead, then the whole menace will stop. The family will be happy. Oh, they don't get a solution. They went, they grabbed the 9-year-old child, tie his hand, tie his leg, drove him down to Benin Road, one river and the Benin Road there. They tie him block and dump inside the river. Boom! As we were coming back, as we were driving from Benin back to Bodija, the same 9-year-old boy was sitting in the parlor eating food. Say, Mommy, you and Daddy, you are welcome. What will you do? The world is full of mystery. So, and we didn't allow us to go into research to know because of the books they brought and so many things that we don't look at, we don't ask questions, we don't do research to know that the world is beyond human comprehension. And now Satguru Maharaj has come to take us back to the ancient classroom, because the Satguru Maharaj teacher is in the classroom to teach us. If you want to know about chemistry, you need a chemistry professor to teach you. Now the mystery of creation is taught by the Satguru Maharaj Ji. So the world is deeper than what human being can comprehend. That's what I have to say.
Oh, well, it is what it is. Well, I wish we could go further, and because I still have a lot of questions to ask.
I will always be available.
Because apparently, well, I just think we'll need to continue this some
Exactly.
Because the more I want to tell you what I feel or what I think or what it is, the more we tend to extend this conversation.
If hydrocarbon can have saturated and unsaturated hydrocarbons, what about the mystery of life?
I know the world is full of mysteries.
Exactly.
But some are apparently from the evil forces.
No, there's nothing like evil in creation.
There's nothing like evil in creation.
The evil, we talk about evil in creation. It is when we go against the doctrine of creation. That's when.
Well, there are principalities and powers in high places that are beyond human understanding.
Yeah, when we say principle and powers, these are people who have graduated in doing evil. They have
But you said there's no evil.
Yeah, because evil is a choice.
We'll continue from another time. You know what? Just let people know what Satguru Maharaj is doing right now, and also how they can reach out or connect with.
Right, Satguru Maharaj Ji is still teaching, revealing knowledge to human being for man to be able to know about the mystery of him or herself. Why he's having problems everywhere. Why the problem is facing and how he can solve the problems about all the things that is happening in his life. So to get in touch with Satguru Maharaj Ji for divine knowledge that will open your inner soul to you to become conscious, you need the numbers are 080-3400-7045, 080-3400-7045. Yeah, or you can also call on Maharaj Ji on another line, which is 080-3719-2667, 080-3719-2667. Yeah, remember, lack of knowledge makes one perish.
Alright, well, that's it from Nsidibe Iwatt, the service privy of the living perfect master, of course. That's the one of the family.
Right.
And yes, kilometer 10, Ibadan Lagos Expressway.
Exactly.
That's where you can find Satguru Maharaj Ji.
Or you can log in
Yeah, you can go on the website.
Yeah,
divinevibration.com.
Or if you don't have telephone, you don't want to tell you that Satguru Maharaj Ji is a silent listener to all conversation. Talk to Maharaj Ji inside your heart and you will have the answer.
Alright, you heard that.
As simple as that.
Yourself. Alright, well, that's the note that we'll be handling the show on. Of course, check your time right now. It's 5 p.m. on the DOT. And well, coming up next is another program that is just for you. So keep it locked. Don't go nowhere. This is Ray Power, 95.1 FM. And we're saying BYE on the Wonder Family Hour till tomorrow again, 3:30 to 4:30. Bye for now.
We are one Nigeria.